Top 10 Best Places to Visit in Maine. Located in the easternmost part of New England, Maine is bordered by Canada to the north and the Atlantic Ocean on both the east and south. Maine accounts for almost half of New England's entire land area. Its northern reaches, known as the Great Northwoods, are largely pristine wilderness, while the coastal regions, supported over the years by fishing and tourism, are more heavily populated. While the state is most frequently known for its rugged coastline and proliferation of lighthouses, Maine also has much more to offer. Here, visitors will discover national parks with boundless wildlife as the Thunder Hole, charming historic towns, perfect examples of quaint little fishing villages, as Base Harbor, located on Mount Desert Island, home of a large portion of Acadia National Park. So, number 1. Acadia National Park. Vacationing in Acadia National Park is just fantastic. Each trail leads to rugged, untouched land just waiting to be captured by your camera lens. Cobalt waves crash on the jagged granite slabs topped with spruce trees that jut out from the shore. Harbor seals sun themselves on abandoned chunks of bedrock off the coast as peregrine falcons scream down at you from the skies. Rocky trails and rustic carriage roads thread around the inland trees and ponds, begging for exploring. Needless to say, the park is for your typical outdoor enthusiast, with a huge focus on adrenaline-pumping activities like horseback riding, biking, hiking, even rock climbing. Monhegan is a small island that lies 10 miles off the coast of Maine. Although it's one of many inhabited coastal islands, it has achieved iconic status over the years. This is in large part due to its long history as an artist colony, coupled with the many tales of its hardy population and their lives on this storm-swept outpost. There are no cars or paved roads on the island, and its 75 year-round residents are mainly engaged in fishing and lobstering. Monhegan's combination of rugged granite cliffs, the highest ocean cliffs in Maine, crashing waves, and unique light, coupled with its air of an untouched fishing village, has made it a destination for artists since the middle of the 1800s. Because of this long-term art colony and the several dozen artists who currently work there, you'll find an abundance of studios and galleries. Birders also love Monhegan, and its 12 miles of trails lead to remote corners and soaring headlands. Camden-Hills-State-Park is a vast 5,700-acre park. Camden-Hills-State-Park boasts an array of activities for visitors of all tastes. Among the popular activities include scenic drives, hiking, and camping. Many visitors also enjoy taking a ferry ride out to the nearby islands. Sea kayak tours, windjammer tours, and fishing charters are also great ways to explore the nearby coast. Oceanside picnic areas provide the perfect backdrop for a relaxing lunch. A favorite hike is the 45-minute climb up Mount Batty, which offers exquisite views of the surrounding wooded hillsides, lakes, Penobscot Bay, and Camden Harbor. 4. Bar Harbor. Situated on the northeast shores of Frenchman Bay, the bustling town of Bar Harbor is the largest community on Mount Desert Island. A variety of activities is on tap at Bar Harbor, including shopping at a myriad of quaint shops, boutiques, and galleries. Visitors will also find an excellent selection of restaurants. Bar Harbor is also conveniently located near Acadia National Park, making it an ideal base for visitors to the park. Other popular attractions include the Bar Harbor Historical Society, Abbey Museum, and Aztec Gardens. The little coastal town of Kennebunkport, 12.5 miles south of Portland, is very popular. Stately homes of former ship captains and owners, some of which have been carefully restored as bed and breakfasts, line its quiet streets. And you can learn about these on a self-guided walking tour or at the Historical Society's First Families Kennebunkport Museum. Matthew Lanigan Bridge carries a large quantity of vehicular traffic in the heart of tourist destination Kennebunkport. This bridge retains good historic integrity, including original railings, intact builder plaque, and unaltered girders. The small commercial area of restored dockside buildings around Dock Square is filled with galleries, boutiques, and restaurants. Parsons Way, a scenic path, begins from the square and leads along the shore to Walker's Point. 2 miles east of Dock Square is the still active fishing village of Cape Porpoise, with more shops and galleries, along with working lobster boats. An unabashed old-fashioned beach resort, Old Orchard Beach. Old Orchard Beach revels in the somewhat tacky honky-tonk atmosphere of its pier and thrill rides at New England's only remaining full-scale amusement park on a beach. So kick off your shoes, step back into mid-century summer fun, and indulge in a little nostalgia. Pier stands and street-side windows sell fries, soft ice cream, saltwater taffy, and fried dough. The beach has all the expected rides: a Ferris wheel right over the waves, a roller coaster, an old-fashioned carousel, bumper cars, and a dozen or so other kid pleasers. Portland Museum of Art. The superb collections of the Portland Museum of Art go far beyond the expected works of those artists who lived and painted here, artists such as Winslow Homer, Rockwell Kent, and the Wyeths. Among the more than 18,000 pieces of fine and decorative art, dating from the 1700s onwards, are works by Monet, Degas, Picasso, Warhol, Sargent, Whistler, Mary Cassatt, Gilbert Stuart, Joshua Reynolds, Alexander Calder, George Bellows, and Edward Hopper. The museum also features traveling and temporary exhibits throughout the year. Attached to the museum is a historic house, formerly home to a prominent Portland family, with outstanding examples of period furniture, art, and decorative details. 8. Nubble-Lighthouse, Cape-Neddick-Light. Perhaps New England's most photographed lighthouse. And certainly one of the easiest to get to, Nubble Light poses on its own islet just off the rocky point of Cape Neddick. Especially on a rising tide, the surf usually obliges photographers with a few waves breaking into froth against the rocks. The point bounds one end of Long Sands, the largest of two popular beaches in York. Situated in the remote forests of northern Maine, Baxter-State-Park is an expansive wilderness area boasting a diverse population of wildlife and majestic mountain views. Among the most common wildlife making their home in Baxter-State-Park are black bear, moose, and white-tailed deer. The park is home to the state's highest peak, Mount Katahdin. The Katahdin Woods and Waters Scenic Byway beckons for more than 80 miles from the park northward. Several hiking trails and excellent overlooks leading to many places of interest as Debsconag Lake and the Ice Caves. Overnight summer and winter camping is allowed in the park with reservations. Intending this landscape to be, for those who love nature and are willing to walk and make an effort to get close to nature. Governor Baxter mandated that his park remain forever wild. Strolling the paths through this 270-acre garden, it's almost impossible to believe that coastal Maine Botanical Gardens opened as recently as 2007. The profusion of bloom and the size of the well-manicured and creatively designed gardens achieve the sense that they have been pampered by generations of devoted horticulturalists. The paths wind among the various themed gardens, showing native and exotic plants that thrive in woodland, water, and other environments. There is a kitchen garden, and a garden for the five senses, spotlights plants for their fragrances, flavors, and textures, in raised beds for wheelchair access. The large children's garden will charm any age, as will the woodland village of fairy houses. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, comment and subscribe.